Alrighty, I decided, you know what, I enjoy playing this game in my free time, so I'm like, you know what, might as well, show off. I need to stop saying, that is my curse, but I almost did it again. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna show off, so, uh, for those who, well, most definitely don't know, because this is a game I play. May I did debate on like putting this as my primary focus as games I'd play on my channel, but I just decided, you know what, why not? I'll share some of the things I've made in this game. I really I think the space map is underrated also. I feel like it would be more popular if there were at least like two more planets, like have like a lava planet and a water planet, not like a planet that has water on it and have like localized wind on it. I feel like that'd make this map a lot cooler. But of course, there's always later, and if perhaps if it's requested by the community, maybe the game devs, of which have done a very good job on this game, might I add. This is like each update is absolutely peak. But yeah, enough stalling. I'm gonna show you some of the basic Imperial craft Star Wars stuff that I've built. And yeah, if you really want to see me post more or want me to showcase the other, like, I think there's like 6 other TIE variants I've made, but I'm just going to show you the basic, most iconic ones. And we're going to kick it off with my TIE Fighter. Now, the TIE Fighter was the first of these I made. I was like, because this is when I was like getting into I'm just going to call it my Star Wars phase. I did air quotes so you couldn't see it, but yeah, I did that. And but yeah, so we have 2 blasters that are piston glitched into the bottom. As you can see, I only like using piston glitches for weaponry exclusively. Oh, and I forgot to fix that part of the decaling on the cockpit where it like shows on the. Is it the same on the bottom? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is as good as I could do for the front window because like as you can see with how like some of the decals are, some are more like pixelated and some are like actually smooth. So yeah, that's as good as I could do for the cockpit. Then on the top you have like the top hatch. Then of course you've got the 2 red tail lights on the bottom for the twin ion engines, and you have this serving as like, I think it's supposed to be like a radiator of some sort, like I'm not sure what that indent on the back of it is, but yeah. Then I have weight blocks as for like connectors for the wings, which also it kind of also makes rolling a bit nicer, I feel, because it actually adds weight. Actually, let me go on this side so you can get a better view of the wings. So, yeah, copied over to the other side. This is the wing panels, which, pretty iconic. It's got, I didn't, I didn't do the hexagonal shape for that, and I feel like that might definitely trigger some people, but I kind of like how that looks, if I'm going to be completely honest. I like that a bit better than if it was like, actually hexagonal. I would only do it hexagonal if they made this block here on the side made a 3 tall variant for it. So a 1 wide, 2 long, 3 tall. That's the only case of which I would replace that. But enough of that for now. Let's hop in and uh, so we've got a gyro for side to side motion. I'm not sure what that's called. Uh, then down is for like atmospheric interface. So like if I'm on a planet, it'll assist with keeping me actually in the air because if we look at the weight of the vehicle, it's not exactly the lightest. there is kind of an interior. That was kind of the goal for this, to like have a somewhat interior. So I did that as best as I could because each of my TIE fighters follows pretty much the same interior blueprint except for the TIE bomber, which is pretty unique, which I'll get to that one second. But yeah, it's got pretty speedy roll. Though the weights do kind of like slow the roll, but then again, you don't want it to be too fast. Let's just find some space pirates to shoot down. Let's just attack this little group right here. Let's hope I don't crash into anything. Now, each of the blasters are on a specific timer, so that way they don't overheat, so you don't have to worry about that. I believe I did a duration of 0.5 for each of the blasters, because there's 2 of them. Then I set the pause at, I think it was 30, with a delay of 15. A pause of 0.30, I should say. And a delay of 0.15 on the other blaster. So that way you get a nice, even, consistent rate of fire. So there we go. Also, I focused the armor on the inner part of the wing, which it does seem to be working quite decently, actually. So yeah, there we go. Another one, another one. Oh. That almost was a crash. Okay, let's grab him. And, okay, he slipped away last second. But, yeah, you get that. Okay, so that's kind of really it for the TIE Fighter. So I have 2 quantum runners on the inside. How many power cores is this? Not to mention, with only 443, which, in my opinion, for a build of the detail I put into it, I feel like that's pretty good. Oh, I should also showcase the in-atmosphere. But they're 66 power cores, which each of the TIE Fighters kind of averages out on that number, unless it's a faster model, such as the Interceptor, as you can see in my build's hotbar right there. So let's take this into atmosphere, and I'll show you that. It's kind of strange that there isn't. I suppose that's kind of what Galena 9 is, but a full atmosphere 1G planet would be nice. There is also the orb at the center of the meteorite cluster. Though not all of my TIE Fighters really work in atmosphere, this is one of the ones that actually do, because for most of the TIE Fighters, their like winglets are ahead of the cockpit, which means there's a lighter weight like thing that catches. So how I kind of like justify it is like, if you think of like how an arrow functions, like the tip of the arrow is kind of like weight at the front of the arrow, then, you know, the back of it's for like stabilization, which keeps it going straight. I kind of think of my TIE Fighters like that. Oh yeah, there's 2 gimbals in this, which I think I might actually replace, just because I don't like that little... I wish you could turn off the particles for that, honestly. But yeah, it keeps the TIE Fighter pretty even in atmosphere. There's a bunch of mini thrusters in the wings, as you saw from the power core thing. But yeah, let's head back to this thing. That way I can show you the next of the bit. Oh great, there's a meteor right there. That's fun. That's fun. There's also no reverse, which I believe TIE Fighters in Star Wars universe didn't have a reverse gear. But now we have the TIE Bomber, which, despite it kind of looking a lot chunkier, the cockpit has the same dimensions and is the same height as the normal TIE Fighter. So, okay, I need to get this thing to stop. Okay, so we've got, you know, the iconic bent-in elongated panels on the sides of the TIE Bomber with that nice weight block connection. I have the... It was kind of a struggle trying to figure out what was a good way of designing the bomb bay for the bottom of this thing, and I feel like I settled on a pretty decent design. Then how I do the armament on this one is there's an EMP and the blasters. So instead of doing two different piston glitches for each one, if we go into the build menu, they are both connected on the same one, which is actually convenient because I wanted the EMP positioned there anyways. This one is also designed to be a lot slower because it's a bomber. It's supposed to be slow. But yeah, on the back you got the twin ion engines, which it's kind of weird that they're still twin ion engines even though the red bits are supposed to be like the nozzles for said thing. I don't know. But yeah, there's a rocket, you got the same not overheating twin blasters on the middle bit, on the little structural reinforcement bit. And this thing has a lumbering top speed of 373 kilometers per hour in space, which not that great, but it also functions in atmosphere up to like, I'd say its effective atmospheric, like the rate of which it functions in atmosphere is around like 0.5 Gs in like full atmosphere, and it can hold it doesn't go fast. It goes like I think 145 kilometers per hour, but hey, at least it stays airborne. Alright, this is the one that has a different interior. Since I didn't want to waste too many blocks on this because this is almost max complexity, we have a pretty sleek interior for this one, and it actually is a lot more completed. Wish I could have done that with the other TIE fighters, but yeah, I couldn't, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get any speed out of it. So yeah, I think the TIE Bomber is one of my top favorite TIE fighters, and actually my favorite TIE fighters are not even in this lineup, or my actual like favorite. Though the TIE Bomber and the TIE Interceptor are definitely very, very nice looking ones. Okay. The journey over here is taking a smidge longer than expected, but it's fine, it's fine. Though, that'll give me a... Oh, right, the bombs also aren't really the best for, you know, usage in low atmosphere and space, obviously. Yeah, those are the three weapons, just in case you were curious. I need to turn on my headset volume. This is also the tankiest of them, but then again, it's a bomber, it's supposed to... Oh. Accidentally hit myself. Though one common problem that each of these TIE fighters share is that their cockpits are extremely susceptible to being pilot sniped, to put it lightly. Yep, let's just take a few hits just so I can show that off. I keep missing. That's... don't focus on that, just, you know. This one also feels a lot easier to shoot down other, like, or the space pirates with, just because you can spend a lot more of your... Well, you don't need a lot of speed. It's also not designed to be maneuverable. I could have made it super that's not good. Can we just shake that little bit off? Let's try it. Okay, let's put it into... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's gone. It's gone. But yeah, actually, the single block connection between the wings isn't really a problem, which I thought it would have been, since, like, that seems like such a weak connection. But yeah, to sum it up, yeah, that's, let me just try and, it's not the, okay, I got one rocket off, that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, that's the TIE Bomber, to sum it up, pretty much. Alright, inside the cockpit, each of them has this. There is a speed sensor, there is an altitude sensor, a gravity sensor, and don't remember what that does. That was a bad idea. Let's just pull ahead a little bit. Alrighty. Now, one of my favorite of the regular TIE variants, the TIE Interceptor, which, same good old TIE cockpit. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna do that, because otherwise I might spoil the other builds in case you want to see those. Yeah, you have to demand it if you want to see more. But yeah, I pretty much have this from like the weights on the side and inward to like the base cockpit. I have just one of those in case I want to like actually build another TIE fighter, which there are actually, I think there's like 2 or 3 different TIEs I want to build, because the ones that I haven't built, I believe, are the TIE Phantom, the TIE Reaper, and there's one more, but I can't remember it. But yeah, the TIE Interceptor has a bit more range of fire than the basic TIE model. It also has better firepower because it has 4 cannons. And since the blasters on the wings are angled, you actually have a better range of fire than the basic TIE. We're gonna crash. Ow! You didn't see that? I am greatest pilot. No, yeah, you know, because... Never mind. But yeah, pretty standard. Let's try and escape, get up to our top speed. The frame rate dropped exponentially. But yeah, blasters are piston glitched into the wings, which I'm surprised it actually doesn't cause problems, because usually when two physics... Because it feels like things that are connected to hinges interact differently with other things, so I thought the pistons might have been a problem, but apparently not. I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry. But yeah, it's got a pretty decent top speed of 553 kilometers per hour within space. This is one of them that only kind of worked. Oh wait, I should have shown off the TIE Bomber in like a full atmosphere. But yeah, this one only like kinda works. Because you see, the problem is the weight is toward the back and it catches. Jeez, give me a second. I had something caught in my throat. I really should. It's still there, but it's like lingering. It's like tingling in my throat, and it's like really not that great. But yeah, this one doesn't work. Now a voice. Oh, this is just. You know, this is great. Okay. I think I'm fine. Let's try this. Okay, so if we're going by the arrow thing I mentioned earlier, as you can see, it is really not happy that there's atmosphere. Because how I think of it is that the atmosphere is, or the wind, quote-unquote wind, is catching it, which is causing it to, like, drift off to the side. So yeah, I have to actually put input into actually piloting it. So, not the greatest in atmosphere. Let me show off the TIE Bomber in atmosphere. This one actually does work in atmosphere. Pretty okay, but it's not the greatest. Of course, bombing in a heavier atmosphere is better because, you know, bombs kind of rely on gravity quite a bit, I imagine. But yeah, back to the TIE Interceptor. Interior, literally the same. Oh, you can't You can't really see the atmosphere gate or thing because, you know, the steering wheel blocks it. So, yeah, can't do much with that. But yeah, that's my TIE Interceptor. Is that meteor ever gonna, like, move out of the way? That's becoming a bit of an inconvenience, because... Okay, well, let's put that there. And now, the final one on the list. The, or what is most commonly referred to as Vader's, TIE Advanced, or as it's called in Universe, the TIE Advanced X1. You can't see the name on it because, well, it's in the build hotbar, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, this has literally the same wings as the TIE Bomber. I just slapped a few mini thrusters in the wings, as you can see through the seams right there. It's got, you know, the iconic, like, weird bit on the back, which is actually where the shields are kept. Since this thing was shielded, this is also the fastest of the basic models, with it going, I believe, 570 some kilometers per hour. Let's wait for it to get up to speed. Almost there. Yep, there. It ticks over. It ticks over. Anyway, let's test this thing in combat, and I don't think it's gonna go too badly. These space pirates aren't that deadly, unless they pilot snipe me, which I turned invincible characters on just because I don't want to deal with that. I had to increase the roll rate on this because it felt way too sluggish. So yeah, this one's actually different because it has normal fire mode, then I added a burst fire mode. So R1 controls the basic mode, which is actually controlled through 2 XOR logic gates, and the burst fire mode is on the actual, like, blasters themselves, and it has no delays on it. So it's a bit complicated. It's not that complicated, but I'm just not good at explaining stuff. But yeah, you've got the... It's strange why... Because how I build each of these is I go online, I search for, like, a 3D model that I can, like, look at. Then I kind of just build it based off of what I see in the model. So I feel like I did pretty good on each of these. They follow pretty much all the basic template. Like, it's very easy to build a TIE. I actually have built my own custom TIE model, which I might show off. But let's just get this one last guy. No survivors. But yeah, the TIE Advance is pretty good. I think I want to add rockets to this just to improve it, but yeah, that's pretty much all of the basic TIE models. This one pretty much follows the same stuff. It kind of just mixes the same stuff between the TIE Bomber and the TIE Fighter. It's got, like, the durability of a TIE Fighter, but... No, the durability of a TIE Bomber, but the firepower... Well, I suppose they share both the same firepower. But I guess it's like TIE Fighter-like speed, but it's actually just faster and better overall. So yeah, oh yeah, if you're curious, the wings stay folded up via a distance sensor that keeps them folded. So even if they get EMP'd, they still stay in the same place, even if they get messed up by, like, the EMP artilleries over there on Nassau. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this TIE Fighter showcase. I do want to build more Rebel StarCraft, though, because I do have 2. I'm not going to show them in this episode. But yeah, if you want to see more of my TIE Fighters, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the ones that I've built so far. Geez, okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my TIE Fighter showcase, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Goodbye.